Taylen, you're the new guy up there. Been rolling a lot with the first group. What have been your impressions of everything that's happened, I guess, since you enrolled? Just to sum it
Awesome.
up.
I've loved it, every single second, just being out in the community, seeing everybody, the fans and all that. I'm just getting to know these two people and the whole team. Like it's been awesome. I've enjoyed my time and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
You've been here just a couple of months, I guess, now, and it seems like everybody's kind of really welcomed you in and embraced you. And just your thoughts on just the team overall and how they've accepted you.
For sure. I'm grateful, I'm grateful for everybody. Like you said, accepting me into, their family, every single team's different, but there wasn't no like, oh, he's a new guy. They're like, okay, it's time to go, it's time to ball. So that's what I love, even these two, we're in the locker room, we're laughing, giggling, just telling jokes, all that. So it's pretty cool.
And Malachi and Jacolby, you guys worked a lot with the twos today. Just your thoughts on the scrimmage, and Taylen, if you could chime in on your thoughts on how you performed today, also.
I thought it was pretty good. Just overall, I thought the O-line did a really good job today. I don't think it was too many sacks. Thought the receivers got off the ball really good, and the running backs ran the ball, really good. So I know it's some things we have to, correct in the quarterback room, but I know I feel like every quarterback that went in today had a really good day.
Yeah, I can say the same. I mean, it was executed all across the board. QBs did their thing, the line did theirs, receivers. I mean, it's a team effort. I mean, we started out hot. As y'all probably could tell, we kind of went downhill, which is something we cannot be doing in the SEC. So therefore, that's something we're going to pick up as a team. But overall, I think it was a pretty good day.
I'd say the same thing, everybody getting better each and every day. I mean, it's not going to be perfection, but, that's our standard. And that's what we're reaching, like Jacolby said, it started out fast, but, we need to finish, we got to be consistent with that. And that's the one thing that, we're going to look at the film and just look at the little details, because I feel like there was nothing that the defense did that stopped us. It was just us making the mistakes. We just got to get it cleaned up in the film room and come back next practice and correct them.
Going back to the running game, a couple of guys, Russell for sure, trucked a couple of guys, ran over a couple of guys. How much juice does that give you guys on offense to see a running back do that?
Oh, I mean, I can speak for these two guys. They're fast. They love running the football. So therefore, whenever they see a running back do something like so great, it's like, okay, it adds feel to them. I mean, it adds feel to me as well as a passer. But for them, for these two guys, I mean, you see them making plays 24/7 with their feet. And like, as for me as a guy, it's like, all right, it kind of like adds the feel like the competition level raises, just because like as a quarterback, you expect to pass, but overall, these two guys can do both. So it's like it adds levels to my game. And then with the running backs, it's like, all right, if they can do it, I can do it. And so, I mean, it for sure adds feel to the whole offense as a whole.
When you come into a scrimmage like this, you're going against teammates, but how do you kind of keep that competitive level up by still trying to be smart about what you're doing and recognizing that is still a teammate, across the way?
I just think that goes into like just knowing your teammates and knowing how everybody plays out there. I feel like that we want to take care of our guys. The defense wants to take care of us. So, like as you've seen today, I don't think there was any, bad hits, blindside hits, anything like that. So I just think the main thing, we want to keep everybody healthy, going into fall camp.
When you see a running back run like that, you kind of want to take that black jersey off and
Absolutely.
Sure,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Jacolby, you've worked with a lot of offensive coordinators in your time at college football. What stands out maybe about Coach Petrino his first year, and what maybe makes him a special offensive coordinator?
I mean, this question right here is just like something growing up from Arkansas, You've seen his offense since you were young. You didn't really know, but you knew it was explosive. But now since I'm in it, with his offense, it's probably one of the most explosive offenses I've been in. It's like, it's not hard on the quarterback, but you have to know the details of the quarterback for his offense. And with that being said, I mean, the quarterback has all the tools. Like, he's going to give you everything you need. You just go out there and perform, which as a quarterback, you love. You love having the control over the whole offense. And so, I mean, overall, it's just explosive, and I love it.
And Taylen, it seems like you and Tyrone, right from day one, had a good connection. What kind of went into that? You know, he transferred in last year. You've only been here a couple of months. How did that chemistry kind of build so quickly?
I feel like, I mean, it started when I got here in January. Just having them like out there after practice, you know, just throwing routes on there, you know, just getting to know everybody on a personal level, just hanging out with the guys and all that. So, I mean, it's definitely pretty cool. I've only been here, you know, 3 months, but you know, I feel like our chemistry is good, but it can always be better, you know, and just being on the same page, not only with Ty, but all my receivers and not only my receivers, but you know, Coach Petrino, and that's what he harps on with us. You know, being on the same page on why he calls the plays, what is he thinking? You know, so just being on the same page and building chemistry.
For any of you, maybe Taylen first. Just it seems like Isaiah Satania has really grown a lot. I know you weren't with him last year, but has grown a lot since last year. Just what have you seen from him in spring so far?
I feel like he has a natural feel for the game. You know, just natural pockets and zones on different routes and options that he has. And you know, when they play in man, you know, you already know the speed that he has, the separation that he can create, and it's definitely a matchup that we like, and just the ability and the versatility that he has. You know, it's really cool to see, and you know, we just have to do our job and just give him the ball and let him go to work.
What's been your evaluations of the tight ends so far, just as receivers and in the passing game?
They're explosive, you know. Keys, Luke, you know, all the tight ends, you know, they can do both pass and run, and that's a really good thing for a quarterback, you know. Just Mr. Reliable, you know, just when in doubt, and find your tight end. And, you know, Keys had like a crazy catch today, like a dude on his back, and just seeing that, it builds confidence in us, you know, and builds trust in us that, you know, even if it seems like he covered, if you put it in the right spot, you know, they're gonna come down with it.
Jacolby, you've worked with the offensive line from last year and then also with this year. Just we've heard a little bit from them about the differences between last season and this season. What differences do you see, and how do you feel about how the offensive line has shaped up so far?
I'd say the connection. I mean, every single week, every single day of the week, they're doing something together. It's eating, hanging out, doing something. And as for all three of us, you love that, just because like those are, for us, those are the top tier guys. Like those are the guys, like if we're going to be successful, it all starts up front. And so you see that every single day. It's like, okay, let me make sure I'm doing what I have to do. They're doing what they have to do. And so you just love it. And from last year, I mean, you had that same connection, but there were just little pieces that were just bits and pieces that wasn't just there. And for now, I mean, as you can see, we got a lot of transfers in the portal for O-line, and you just look at them now, and it's the connection, the brotherhood that they all have, and everyone loves it.
Taylen, in your first couple of months here, you know, what have your first impressions been of Coach Petrino, and what area of your game has he helped you grow the most in?
I'm gonna answer the second one first. My IQ, you know, of just knowing football and knowing the ins and outs and knowing the why concepts work against what coverage, you know, and just going through my reads. And a big thing is, you know, just being consistent with that and being consistent with my footwork, and what he harps on me and us, you know, just having a expectation of, you know, every single drive, you know, we're our goal is to score, you know, and we're going to score. And if we don't score, you know, he's gonna get on us, and you know, that's what I like. You know, he definitely keeps it real, and you know, sometimes you don't want to hear it, but you need to hear it. You know, you need that. You know, you need that info. You need that person to just keep it real and just keep it honest and keep it blunt with you. So that's what I like.
And then today and throughout spring, for all three of you, two freshmen, Braylon Russell, CJ Brown, really a flash. What have you guys seen from those two guys in their first couple months?
I think both of those guys are going to be really good players for us. CJ Brown has had a really good spring, you know, really good off the line, really good releases, finds open spaces on option routes. Really smart player as well. And Braylon Russell, I mean, you see him, he's a unit and he's fast. So I've never seen one like him. He's a really good player and definitely will play a lot for us.
Taylen, you mentioned footwork a little bit. Is there anything else that Coach Petrino's worked with, maybe mechanically or anything like that with you?
I would say just keeping the ball up, you know, while I'm moving in the pocket. And just having subtle feet, you know, when there's always times to fade away, you know, when to fade away, knowing my protection and if I'm hot, if I'm not, and just the ins and outs that goes about with that.
I mean, keeping it up like.
Yeah. Mhm.
Jacolby, I know you know who Matt Jones is. I was curious, Taylen, if you know who Matt Jones is.
Yeah, I know a little bit about him. You know, we watch we watch film in our installs, Matt Jones and Mallet and all them. So, you know, I know a little bit about him.
Yeah. Has anybody told you remind them?
A couple people. Yeah.
Yeah. What do they say? I mean, obviously there's the long stride and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Height.
Yeah, the height, like you said, big frame, long strides, like you said, and just the arm and all that. So, I mean, I'm definitely grateful for the comparison, you know, and just trying to get like him, you know.
Malachi, we've heard these two talking about Petrino offense. What is it about it that appeals to you, maybe?
Really just everything. I love how he wants us to be explosive in the run game as well in the pass game. And, you know, he just wants us to be smart football players. You know, he gives us the keys to the offense, like Jacolby was saying earlier. And, you know, it's on us to get us in the right play, get us in the right run checks. So really just having the keys to the offense, being able to play my game and you know, our game, just really I've been grateful for it.
Taylor, what led to the hot start? And can you talk about the touchdown to lose the play? And then why did things slow down after that?
All right, 3-part hot start. You know, we put a big emphasis on, you know, starting fast, you know. Throughout the week, we had like our fastball, we call it, starting the practice. And the first, I think it was Tuesday, we didn't start how we wanted to. And that was a big emphasis of, you know, first quarter setting the tempo and having the mentality of we're about to go score on the first drive. And what was the second part?
The touchdown, whatever it was.
You know, it was a concept, just reading the safety in the corner, just saw Luke open, just made a throw, and he made the play. And I feel like it slowed down a little bit. It was just self-inflicted errors. You know, and there's no excuse. You know, even though we get tired, it's a 4-quarter game. You know, it's going to be tired, but having the mental endurance to stay on our technique and stay on our reads and just the ins and outs and the details of doing it in the 4th quarter or the 2-minute, and even when you're tired, you know, everybody can do it when you're 100% healthy, you know, 100% in your tank. But the champions and the great teams, you know, do it in the 4th quarter.
Taylen, you were asked about Tyrone earlier, but it seems like you have a good connection with Andrew Armstrong as well. Just what makes him so talented as a receiver?
It's another versatile receiver. You know, he can beat you deep. His comebacks, his slants, you know, you never know what route he's going to do, and he's going to create separation. And that's the one thing. And both of them, when we come to the sideline, I like ask them what were they thinking on certain routes, and you know, sometimes they'd be like, man, just throw it and I'm gonna catch it. Just throw it, I'm gonna catch it. And I was like, all right. And coming from a quarterback, you know, that's good to hear. You know, just giving them an opportunity. I already know that they're gonna come down with it. You know, it's not a 50-50 ball. You know, it's they're gonna come down with it or nobody's gonna come down. But most of the time, they're gonna come down with it.
And for Jacolby or Malachi, you know, Taylen mentioned the catch by Marquise Gums today, and it seems like he's caught a lot of passes this spring, more so than last year. Just where has he improved? What have y'all thought of his spring?
For me, I just think his confidence is through the roof right now. To me, he's always been a really good player. He's 6'3", you know, 240, and one of the fastest players on the team. So, you know, he's a versatile player. He can block. He can run routes really good. He creates a lot of separation. His hands are huge. So, you know, when you throw it to him, it's going to be a catch. So he's just one of those guys, you know, a freak athlete. And, you know, we just got to get him the ball.
Taylen, how did it start with Arkansas and Bobby Petrino, I guess, recruited you in high school a little bit when he was at Missouri State, I guess. How did that develop? Like, what did they say? And, you know, I guess, what was your sense of how they identified you and decided to go after you as their quarterback?
I'll say You know, the whole transition, the whole process was really, really fast, you know. Into the transfer portal, you know, he texted me and we visited and was talking ball for like 2 hours and it went by fast, you know, and I already knew like he knows he knows way more than me, you know. So I decided, you know, take a visit. That was this was my first visit, and this was actually my first official visit, you know, because COVID and everything. I couldn't take any visits, and visited, and we was watching Louisville and, you know, Lamar Jackson, all that. And his vision for me, I mean, that's what I, you know, fell in love with, in the details and the knowledge that he was talking about, you know, when he gets on the whiteboard, you know, when he gets on the whiteboard. But I just fell in love with, you know, this place, and I prayed about it and talked to my family about it, and, you know, I had other visits planned. But after the visit, I was like, I don't need to take any more visits. This where I am. You know, I could see myself in the, you know, the red and the white. So that's what I just fell in love with the visit and Coach Pitt and everybody.
How long were you in the portal before you heard from Arkansas?
I would say like a day or two. You know, Coach Petrino would text me or call me every morning. You know, sometimes I told him, I'm like, Coach, it's 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Coach. I'm asleep. I'm catching up on sleep from the season. So it was, but I'm definitely, you know, grateful, you know, for the opportunity and blessed for the opportunity that I have to be coached by the best, I believe, you know, the best coach in America, you know, so it's definitely a blessing.
How, when you were recruited by him in high school, like, was that like a heavy recruitment, or was it just a little talking here and there? Or how active, I guess, was it?
I would say it was pretty active. You know, just him being in Missouri State, I had like a couple of teammates on the team at the time, and I was talking to Coach Petrino about them, and just him being there. Like I said, it was COVID, so, you know, he believed in me even when he couldn't see me throw. You know, just watching the film, that's what really spoke out to me, and yeah.
I guess you said when Coach Petrino gets on the whiteboard, is that what you're talking about? What does he do?
Oh, he goes into detail, every single play, just the literally the ins and outs. He's never surprised at any look in the defense. You know, every single question that we have, you know, he has an answer for it. He's not, you know, like, it's not going to take him in. He has an answer like that. You know, so that's what I love and we love as a quarterback. You know, I mean, they can add to the whiteboard.
Man, it's like when he gets up there, he'll draw you like 5 different blitzes for that formation, that protection, and everything can be picked up. We have the chance to change the protection to pick it up. Just stuff like that. Like he gets into real detail with it, and it's real easy for us to pick up on it for I believe. And he just makes it easy for us, and I like that.
They nailed it. That's it.
That was a great job. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.